What's up, YouTube? It's your friendly neighborhood GM, your host, Coach Keith, and welcome to Legends and Dice Cafe, where we learn about tabletop RPGs from old school to modern, do lots and lots of solo gameplay and GM tips. The GM tips and the solo play kind of go hand in hand a little bit, and I'm going to show you how. So, back with my weekly video like I do on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In today's video, I'm going to show you at least one way, one of the first ways that I've learned, how to run some of your favorite tabletop RPGs solo. Just kind of using your own tables. There are tons and tons of lots of different ways, and I'm still learning. But I'm just going to show you, this is how I ran my first game that was not made for solo play, how I ran it solo. Or how I'm running it solo, because I'm currently on session 3 with Cairn. Cairn was the very first game that I played solo. And this way that I play solo is honestly the same way that I currently prep for some of my games. If you don't know, and you're fairly new to the channel, I've only been a game master since about October. I'm currently running my second campaign, Dragon Heist, and we're coming down to, I think, the last 2 sessions. I'm still learning all the way around and still learning new games, new game systems, the games that are out there, but I'm definitely enjoying the journey a great deal. It's a lot of fun. And if you'd like to further support the channel beyond what you already do, every time that you comment, every time you like the video, you make YouTube think that I'm pretty freaking cool. So it's because of you guys that the channel has grown. Well, you guys, well, us together. It's been a team effort. If you'd like to further support the channel, hop on over to Patreon and subscribe. I'm currently working on some maps, and I will be uploading the maps onto Patreon very soon, so you guys can purchase them for a couple of dollars, a few dollars. If you're interested, that'll be another way, another option, or another way to support the channel as well, beyond what you guys already do. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm going to use Cairn as an example because, again, this is one of the very first systems that I used to play solo. I'm just going to show you a few tricks. Now, this way may seem a bit long. I enjoy it, and because there are lots and lots of different tables out there that you can use to create wonderful, fantastic stories, which is super cool as well. When I ran Cairn solo, I just created my own tables, and honestly, so far, this is one of the, as far as solo-wise, this is one of the funnest games that I've been playing, and all because I'm using my own tools to create. But I enjoy creating, and it's okay if you don't enjoy that process. I'm also running this solo. I'm running Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. And this is a fantastic, for me, this was the very first campaign that I ran. It took about 4 sessions for me personally, and it was cool. The players had a good time. And what's super cool about some of the box sets that I have purchased so far, like Call of Cthulhu, it has solo rules. It has a solo game inside of it, which is super fantastic because it teaches you how to actually play the game, which is, I think that should be in all box sets, to be honest. And also, if you don't know, Dragon Bane is one of my favorites, okay? And it comes with solo rules and a solo adventure in it already. Dragon Bane has actually helped me to expand my tables more. No matter what rule system that you're using, and well, I don't want to say that but so far the systems that I have been learning and running into, me creating an awesome adventure this way has worked really fantastic for me. So again, for the system, I'm just using it for the character creation and, of course, the rules and monsters, of course. First we do is we find the system that we want to use for the rules and the character creation. This book right here, Loner, another solo RPG. I have a review on my channel. I'll put this down so it's not doing a shaky wakey thing. So this is a really, really cool book. It has its own system that you can use. But overall, you don't even need to use that. You can use this book to honestly create some really cool adventures. It has some really cool tables in it. So right here it has a bunch of different settings, and you just roll D6. I don't know if it's 2D6. I think it's 2D6. This one right here is I'm quite interested in trying out, whether it be as a GM or as a player. Honestly, as both. I would love to do this in underwater adventure and exploration. So the next thing I would do, and you can Google a bunch of different RPG settings. One of the ideas that the book provided me with as far as creating like the setting and the tone is to think of your favorite movie or favorite video game. So the next thing that I would start doing is, so once I've got my system, my setting, so I'm gonna actually write some examples. So let's see. For a setting, let's say for instance, we're going to use a D4. So I'm going to write a few tables down for setting that I would like to play in. Boom. So here we go. This is just an idea. So for a D4, I would probably use like a D20. So I'd have more options. But so for a D4, a Walking Dead setting, we've got an Underworld setting. We've got a Terminator, kind of futuristic, and God of War. So I think those are pretty cool. So let me get my dice and let's roll on it real quick. All right. So let's see. We get a 3. So we go for Terminator. Awesome. So now we've got some adventures: forbidden love, dark magic, hidden treasure, or a lost civilization. So let's take a roll. Let's roll our D4 on there. And we got a 4, so we got lost civilization. So we've got our system, our setting, our adventure. Now we're going to figure out what the mission is and why we're going on that specific adventure for the lost civilization. So next up is the mission. The mission, why are we adventuring? Let's turn this over and let's find some random ideas again. So we're going to do a D4 and think of some action words and probably roll on that table twice. All right, so let's give it a roll. So we're going to do a D4 on our mission and see what our mission would be, the why we're going on that adventure. So we got a 4. So we're going on an adventure to free something or someone. I kind of like that. Next up, I would create another list on different things that I would be trying to free. Okay? I'm going to roll on this to see exactly who I'm trying to free: a master or a leader, a magical item, a loved one, and a group of people. So let's roll on that table. Let's see. So we got a 4. So we're going to free a group of people. We're going to venture off search of a lost civilization in order to free a group of people. With all just that information, you can take it to so many different ways. Now, the next thing I would do is probably create that opposition. A quick table for that one as well. So for the opposition, we've got an ancient curse, a dark forces, like an AI monster, I was thinking, because of the Terminator. So, like, again, some type of technology taking over. And then I have a powerful artifact. So let's roll our D4. If we get another 4, I'm going to scream. But I can't because my little one is sleeping and I don't want to get in trouble. All right, so let's do it. So we got a 1 that time. Oh, okay. So an ancient curse. All right. So the setting, Terminator. We're venturing into a lost civilization to free a group of people who are being held captive by an ancient curse. Everything else you have to kind of fill in on your own and just be creative. And this is the super fun part. This is the cool part. Pick out whatever system we're going to use. We create the setting that we want to venture into. We create the adventure, the mission. Why are we adventuring on this particular adventure? And then create the opposition. The next thing I would do would be to create a map, a list of different locations that my character is going to travel to in order to finally get to this lost civilization. So I'm going to take a few dice, and I can't drop them too hard, but I would kind of drop them here onto the paper and make a circle around. And those will be different areas, things that I encounter along the way. You can make your map look however amazing you would like it to look. And these are just different ideas, different ways for you to start your solo play so you don't have any reason not to, and create your own adventure all the way around. So yeah, and the next thing I would do is start to create my list of different tables that I would need for different encounters that I hit along my journey. Now I can also even number like maybe the roadways, so this can be kind of the roads in betweens. That's a pretty cool idea as well. First table I would do is like locations. I just put something 3 options right here just for examples. So I've got like a tavern, a rest area, maybe like an equipment store where I can maybe get new weapons and so on and re-up, and then maybe a temple. I would roll on a table to see what I came upon as I'm adventuring. Say for my encounters table, let's do some examples. Some examples for some encounters that you would encounter along your way at these different spots. A monster, and then of course you would create a table of different monsters, whichever monster you feel that would be here. And say for instance, if you're going to use 5e for your rule system and your character creation, if you have this on your shelf, Xanathar's Guide to Everything, it has some pretty cool encounters for different areas. You've got coastal encounters, desert encounters, forest encounters. You've got a lot of different options. So this is definitely something that you can pull something out of as well. So these are more encounters with specific monsters. So definitely, so if you're looking for different types of monsters that would possibly reside in that type of environment, then this would be a pretty cool book. If you have it on your shelf, you're probably not going to want to randomly create your own monsters and your own monster stat blocks, but you absolutely could, especially if you're using a very super simple system like Cairn. But in the event that you don't want to do that, how I'm running Cairn, and I have monsters on my encounter sheet. So for instance, again, just in case you don't want to do all that, you absolutely don't have to. You can easily go online. Like here, Cairn has a, I don't know how you pronounce it, a bestiary or bestiary, or just a list of monsters. So I just pulled the different types of monsters I thought that I would typically find in that area. So these are my tables from running Cairn solo. Again, I have all the way up to session 3 on there. So I've got town monsters, monsters. Town monsters. So I have a list of town monsters. I have a bear, goblin, wolf, trolls, hooded men, snake. And I pull these off of the monsters that already have stat blocks with Cairn. Made it super simple, super easy. Same thing I'm doing with the D&D, running that solo. I'm just going to take a bunch of different monsters using Xanathar's Guide, or just Google on what different types of monsters would I typically find in that type of setting, that type of area, and just look for monsters that are close, or monster stat blocks that are close to that. So, and since I had this out, say for instance, let's see. So I have, for right here, I'm currently adventuring into a town, looking for a particular artifact. And right here, I have my town encounter. So I roll a d6. I've got an NPC, a treasure chest, nothing, which is not a bad thing. Bandits, monsters, or well, I have treasure chests on here twice. Didn't even notice that. I'll correct that when I get a chance. Let's see. So let's say, for instance, we rolled on a treasure chest. I have a table up here. What will be found inside of the treasure chest? Whether it's a trap, a weapon, 1d8 of gold pieces, 1 amethyst stone worth 5 gold pieces, red smoke poison, healing water heals 1 HP, and a tool or a map, because that's a part of my story. So then I would roll a d8 on my treasure chest. So these are my tables so far, but after going through this right here, I think I'm going to redo them and onto a different piece of paper. They are fairly organized, but that's pretty much the gist of it, and you just start your adventure. And I'm learning along the way when I realize, hey, oh man, this is something that I honestly forgot. When I realize that I have forgotten something, and I typically don't realize I've forgotten something until, or something I want to add until I'm actually playing. So one of the games, I was like, oh man, it would be super cool to gamble. So I created a table of different gambling games. So far, I only have 2. I'm still working on that. And and then of course, places in town like blacksmith, supplies, an inn, a tavern, fortune teller. So I just randomly created these tables, and I'm updating them as I play each game. And then, of course, on one of my encounters, I have the NPCs can provide my character with helpful information pertaining to the mission and to the town that I'm currently in. I'm going to be going into a pyramid, so I have different pyramid encounters. Day 4 zombies only attack if disturbed. So again, I pulled this information out of Cairn. A mummy, red wizard guards, captured people in a trance. Thank you for taking the time out to watch the video as always. So every other week, the Patreons pick the video that I do. I drop on Friday. So next week, it will be the Patreon's choice on what I'll be recording next week. So make sure you stay tuned. I hope you guys have a super fantastically awesome weekend. Okay. Have a great weekend. Have an awesome Friday. And sending you guys lots and lots of good vibes, okay? As always, don't forget to make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you comment and make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any of the cool content that I post every single week, Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next week, same time. Peace.